My Hero One's Justice, released Wednesday for Nintendo Switch, PS4 and Xbox One in Japan. When 12 o'clock came in Japan, or about 4 o'clock here, I started playing because I'd pre-ordered it prior. Upon booting it up, I was curious, because they hadn't released any gameplay footage or anything really for the Nintendo Switch version, so obviously I wanted to see what it looked like, and I was pleasantly surprised. The game runs at 30 FPS, and overall there's barely any graphical downgrade at all. All of the destruction is still there, all the character models look great, the game runs and plays really well. I've only ever experienced one glitch, which was during an online match, the health bars didn't show. But to be honest, I thought that was quite cool, because obviously you never get to play a game without any of the overlays. When you start up the game, if you've pre-ordered, you get greeted with a couple things, aka the Bakugo skin, Mineta and Momo's dolls, as a gift, and then you're put in the main menu. On the main menu you get story mode, mission mode, free battle, training, network, which is online, player customization, character customization, gallery, and configuration. Story mode, you begin from Gran Torino and go all the way to All For One, and pretty much you play both the hero side and the villain side. Once you complete both of these, you then get an extra mission, which is pretty much going through the UA Sports Festival, which I thought was a nice touch. Though, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure why that bit was a bonus level, because if you go through the story mode, surely that should start and then you go down. Anyway. In mission mode, pretty much you just go through mission after mission, defeating progressively stronger enemies, and depending on if you got, depending on what you've done, you get things from it. Which I thought was a nice way to, because you get in-game coins whenever you do something, but if you want to just unlock things, by doing missions, it becomes a lot easier, because some of the costumes and stuff all come, like 1,000 gold. Plus, I believe there are some things that are exclusive to mission mode. For example, some characters have costumes and stuff that you can only acquire by playing it. Now, the game does run well, both on TV and docked. You can also detach Joy-Cons and play it, with individual Joy-Cons. As you know, all of the characters are there and they all play well. I wasn't expecting to like character customization so much. There's just something about it that's very charming, I guess. It's very fun to do, and seeing everyone's creations online just becomes, a lot more fun. I guess all the characters feel personalized. While I don't personally play as him, I think my favourite person to customise has to be All For One, for the simple fact that he just looks incredibly stupid, and I find it funny. With each character you can customise the costume, headpieces, face gear, neck pieces, back and body gear, arms and feet, and then save it as a preset. You get at least 3 presets. Then you can also customize different voice options, as well as different like audio clips that you get when playing with certain characters, and then also you can customize what their thing looks like when you actually enter, because each character has an intro dialogue and intro movie, which you can customize to your liking. Upon going into gallery, you get all the movies, the music, voice options, character models, and then you get these things called graphics, which as you play through, you get different cool art pieces and designs and stuff, which I thought was a nice touch. So I'm sure you're wondering about online. When you load in, you get 2 menus, the main menu and then this thing called simple settings. On the main menu you get ranked player matches, what rank you are, and then if you click the L or R buttons you go into simple settings, which is basically a couple sliders, and on it you can choose your character, which preset, 2 support characters, the map you want to play on, and then whether or not you want to be manual or automatic. As for gameplay, upon loading into either player or ranked matches, you can see your character in its stance, along with your card, which you make in player customization. And pretty much you just wait for another person to load, and you play. I've never experienced any slowdown. The only time that this has happened is when you load into an online match on the Switch. The intro dialogues do slow down a tiny bit, but as soon as those are over, the gameplay is completely fine, and I've never actually, had any problems during gameplay. It was quite surprising how friendly, I guess, the community is in the game. When you get, when you beat a match, often people will just spin their character around, which I find quite funny to do. And upon beating a match, you have the option to give your character like a like, I guess. So you can say whether or not you enjoy playing with this person or not, which I find quite cool. You know, pull those up. I've never actually, well, there are a few people who spam different moves, such as Todoroki's fire by jumping in the air and using that, or Dabi using his fire thing because he can control those. He fire those up and then hone them in, or Uraraka using this spinny thing. But no character is particularly overpowered. You can quite easily get around those things, and people can be punished for it, which I find quite nice. There's a good sense of balance in the game. No character is better than the other, I guess. All depends on how you play. Anyway, this was just a quick review, and I would say definitely worth your buy. It's one of the best looking games, best running games on the Switch, or at least in my opinion. I might be wrong there, but to be honest with you, I just think it looks really good. And yeah, it's definitely worth a play. I know there are a couple people who might think, oh, well, is it worth it because there's not a large character roster or anything. But DLC is coming, and also, I thought I'd be more bothered by the small roster, but I really wasn't. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time.
上々だ。